Hi everyone, this is Bold2007 and I finally decided to speak on YouTube. Today we will be looking at Forza Horizon 5, 1 year on from the game's launch. The game launched on the 5th or the 9th of November last year, depending on whether you got the premium edition or not. This video will be split up into sections of what makes the game unique to other racing games, the content the game has, the map size and the features, price and specs of the game compared to similar games, and lastly my conclusion. Of course it is timestamped, so just head to the description to find the sections you are interested in. Let's look at what is unique about Forza Horizon 5 in comparison to other racing games. Most Forza Horizon games have been really successful, with more than 24 people having played Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 5 has passed the 10 million checkpoint in the same month that it was released. It set a record being Microsoft's biggest game launch in console history. The developers tried to make sure that the launch went smoothly, and it was a sort of success, even though people couldn't enter a convoy for 5 days or so and got spammed with this message. They quickly fixed it and players could finally drive and race their friends. The Eliminator game mode is also very unique, with no other racing battle royale game out there. This idea began in Forza Horizon 4, and as people liked it so much they decided to add it again, but in Mexico. Recently they have announced that in a future update there will be the Eliminator duos, which will introduce the idea of competing with your friend in a team against others, which could liven up the game a lot more, as it will make things more competitive. There are a lot more unique things about Forza, such as playground events and expeditions, and even the Forza-thon events, which is good for progression. And what is mad is that things can only get better. Now let's look at the content Forza Horizon 5 has. Unlike most racing games, you don't have to grind money in Forza to buy certain cars. Sure, you can do that, but it is just as easy to play as many races as you progress. Even if you finish the default races out of the several categories, Forza allows its players to create their own, so there will be millions to complete. Another popular, therefore effective way to get money quickly is to use the auction house. Not only would you be able to find cars you are looking for at lower prices, but you would also be able to sell cars in your garage you don't want anymore for higher prices. There are also wheel spins you can get just by playing the game and driving around, as well as super wheel spins, which give you free cars, CR or clothing. With over 500 different cars at the game's launch, Forza builds upon their auto show every update with new modern cars with their own unique sound. Car Pass is a paid feature in the game which allows users to unlock new exclusive cars with better perks. Unlike games such as Asphalt 9 Legends, Forza has a variety of cars, so are not all just from modern racing. They have futuristic cars like the Warthog from Halo to really old Bentleys that people may just want to cruise around in. People play car games to drive cars they wish they had in real life, and Forza allows them to, as all cars are easy to get if you do focus on getting it. You can easily make over 1 million CR in the game in a 1 to 2 hour time frame. Unlike games like The Crew 2, where it is basically pay to win, as you get over 1 million, you would have extremely good cars to then grind the biggest race, which takes you to 45 minutes and gives you less than 1 million, so people get bored as they spend more time grinding than driving. Obviously, as Forza has been out just under a year, there is a lot more content to come, especially with the second expansion. The map size and features. Over the 5 Forza Horizon games, of course, the map size has increased, as well as the capabilities of consoles and therefore being able to handle better frames per second and graphics. In my opinion, the best map on any other video game would have to be Forza Horizon 4's. This is because there is not one boring place, as it is full of life. They decided to put a massive city in it as well, as villages surrounding large fields, and mountains on the outskirts of the map with streets. Whereas Forza Horizon 5 is a bit dead in certain areas. This could be because as the map is bigger, there is more areas to cover, but they choose to cover most of the space with desert. There are still cities but not really any villages, as well as more like houses that are just scattered around. There are different biomes in the map, but it is more like different coloured deserts. There are nice details that blend in, such as a massive bridge popping out of forest hills to the stone pyramids also deep in the forest. Places like abandoned airfields that are used for drag strips are nice details. One thing that have carried over from Forza Horizon 4 that doesn't make any sense was seasons. They don't really make a noticeable difference in the majority of the map because it is desert and you don't often get to see massive amount of snow or rain in the deserts. One thing that did make sense though was having multiple festivals. Having just one in Forza Horizon 4 was more than enough, but as Forza Horizon 5's map is a lot bigger, it would make a lot of sense to have more. These could be used to meet up with friends or just to go and upgrade or choose your car. Forza made each individual festival have its own race category which boosted the storyline. Lastly, the specifications of this game could be seen as wild. Feel free to skip this section if it doesn't apply to you because you have the ultimate gaming setup. The Xbox One can handle this just below perfectly with minor glitches most of the time, as well as it taking several minutes to start up. Like all games that have been released recently, it is optimized for the Xbox Series X and X. If you're on PC, you will need just over 110 GB of storage and more for future updates. It's also recommended to use 16 GB of RAM. You will need extremely good graphic cards as well as very good processors. In comparison to Forza Horizon 4, which needs 12 GB of RAM and is only 55 GB of storage, which is half Forza Horizon 5 size, it would still be worth getting the best graphic cards out there as well as processors, as the frame per second will still be mad. In conclusion, I would recommend purchasing the game. However, if you only have half storage or budget, definitely stick to or purchase Forza Horizon 4. It will still have servers and many people active on the game, and probably will have for a very long time. Forza Horizon 5 is definitely the best game you can get for free moment racing combined at the moment, as the physics and car sounds have been completely redone since Forza Horizon 4, as well as how much smoke is reduced while drifting compared to Forza Horizon 4's pathetic drifting smoke. This game is also a must buy if you want a chill driving game that you can just drive around in your favourite cars for a short period of time, whether that be cruising, drifting, or off-road. The game will keep you satisfied for hours. That's it for today, so if you have any questions about the game, please join the Discord link server below and ask there or comment on the video. Thank you for watching and make sure to like and subscribe.